Do you,
Dude, check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, JPNSGRLS.
Band's just getting together for our final practice before South by Southwest. Yesterday we went to the record label and picked up our visas and our per diems and our itineraries, and so everybody's just meeting, one final run through the set.
The average person on the street, you can tell them you're doing certain things in the music community, and then they look at you like a dog that's been shown a card trick. But for like South by, they're like, oh, I've heard of that.
I'm going to be seeing as much as I can, learning as much as I can. For this to be the first real activity that the band does this year is the best thing that could have happened, because this is just going to set us on like a rocket, you know, for the rest of the year.
Nice.
Okay, so we just got to the convention center at South by Southwest. Super exciting because you can see how busy it is. And right in those doors over there is the exhibit hall with all the like tech companies. Conferences are going to be here during the day, and it's a good start.
Well, Brandon wants to cut her hair, but she's scared, but she's scared, but she's scared, but she's scared, but she's scared.
The airline lost 5 of our bags, including all of our instruments. And so this morning I'm like, okay, it's probably downstairs at the concierge, and I go down there, and then only 2 of our bags have been delivered so far. So like we're still waiting for 3, which.
She really likes the girl in black.
The first thing we did when we got to South by Southwest was play the Canada stand at the Austin Convention Center with our good friends, the Matinee, who are also on the same label as us.
So a bass, a guitar, and a duffel bag, right? Okay, that's great news.
The airline lost 5 of our bags.
Okay, bye, Kaylee.
Yeah. And like basically they're like, okay, we'll deliver it overnight. And so I wake up this morning.
Got it.
Woo! Check out our gear. And only 2 of the 5 bags.
I'm wearing a white, plain white hoodie that I bought. I kind of had this idea for an experiment that I could bring permanent markers and just get whoever wanted to draw on the hoodie, and by the end of it maybe have some cool artwork.
You kind of hope that when you go to the US, like, you know, like, oh, like our radio was doing pretty well there, like college-wise. I think our album peaked at 35 on the college radio charts in the US, and so like, you know, everything was going well. And we kind of show up, but nobody was at the bars, and it seems like a lot of pay-to-play is happening.
We got robbed in San Francisco. Like, it was the type of thing where we just really had to learn to play to each other and stuff.
I think the first time that we ever went to the US was actually kind of heavy. You know, it's like I kind of came back and I was like, oh boy, wasn't that good.
What were you thinking heading into South by?
Every band there is a little big band, you know, or a big little band.
For me, like, yeah, I guess like I worry about nobody coming, but at the same time I feel that South by Southwest is that kind of festival where just playing it itself is a landmark.
From Austin, Texas, it's our South by Southwest sessions here at the Omni Hotel. Japanese girls are making their debut, right?
Yeah, it's their first time in Austin.
So excited to be here.
So hold me under, hold my breath, and hold my hand if I go deaf from the noise.
All right, so who do you want to see for the remainder of the weekend in Austin, Texas? Because you got your own shows and then you got to go play.
Dan Mangan, the Elwins, TV on the radio. They're not here, but the other two were. I saw Twin Peaks, which were absolutely amazing. That's one of my new favorite bands. And the OBGMs, who are friends of ours, who were just huge fans of. Saw July Talk last night.
July Talk was awesome because the first time that Japanese Girls ever left Vancouver to play a show was to play 4 shows around BC with July Talk. And then since then, you know, we've played 4 times around North America, played in Asia, in Europe, and like to see where we are now and to see where they are now with them just winning the Juno for Best Alternative Album. It's just like, I don't know, such growth in both bands, and it's so exciting. I mean, I always look up to July Talk and think like that's where I want to be, like, you know, in a year.
I am editing one of the vlogs for South by Southwest. Check out our workstation. All computers, Premiere, cameras.
Whiteboards. Like, this is whiteboards.
It's a real operation. You don't play around when it comes to the vlogs. These are important. I think a lot of people think that South by is just about the party, and it definitely is a massive party. But there's also so many things that are going on during the day that just force me to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Give me entertainment, like the shadows on the wall, they look like kitty cats, and it makes me laugh when the kitty gets so small, and the glory's fading, and the high's wearing off, but kudos to the contraband of the modern man that never learned to crawl.
I ran into you, you were at the trade show booth area. I'm just like, hey, we have an empty slot at 2 o'clock and we have a couple stages. It'd be great for you guys to play. Wow. And handed me a card, Japanese Girls, and the rest is history. I mean, honestly, we didn't even know the music. I just heard you guys were indie rock, and you fucking rocked. It was awesome. It was so good.
Right now restringing my guitar because over my 3 days at South by Southwest so far, I think I've seen maybe 5 different acts break strings on stage. And so my strings aren't that old, but I've just become super paranoid that tomorrow when we're playing several shows, the same, I guess, disaster will happen to me. Hey guys, I just found this review. So it says, my buddy who'd headed up A&R at a few different majors showed me his scouting gear at work when he suddenly grabbed me by the arm and pulled me toward the back door of some dingy rock club off of Red River. It somehow heard of something badass through the utter cacophony of the street. It caught me off guard, but I'll be damned if his instincts weren't spot on. The door led to a tiny backyard with a makeshift bar and a punk band ripping into a crowd that only had space to fit 3 deep. The lead singer was climbing the rafters while raising his fist in triumph in front of a backward American flag nailed above the door. Every single person was dancing and screaming. He wasn't even trying to be authentic. It just was. The only thing to do was grab a Lone Star and start yelling.
Austin, you having as good a time as we are, man, have fun. Well, this is definitely the best thing anybody's written. It says, these pretzels are making me thirsty, which is a line from one of my favorite shows, Seinfeld.
Oh, nice.
Really sweet Japanese girls. Graffiti. Get Down on It. That was one of the first things that was written on this. That was from the Scene of the Matinee.
Don't try, that's a Bukowski quote that another one of the bloggers from. This is Joe's signature from the OBGMs, I believe. I do the sunglasses. Margot's friend did the California waves. Man, I think I'm going to bring it to Europe and all around the world anyway. Like, the idea isn't quite finalized. I kind of want it all to look like nonsense by the end.
I'm really curious how the name Japanese Girls came about, because I love Japan and I love women, so Japanese girls, I'm all about it.
Oliver, he was gonna go to a concert that night with a bunch of Japanese import bands, and one of them that he showed us on YouTube that day was Mass of the Fermenting Dregs, which was an all-female Japanese punk band, and midway through the video we were pretty astounded at how awesome they were and kind of wanted to channel the same vibes, so we decided to call the band Japanese Girl. That's it.
South by Southwest is such a global event, and they bring bands from all over the world to come here. I mean, it's so hard to see Asian music and rock bands in Canada, and it's so rare. So I love this kind of opportunity when there's bands from Korea, and then a bunch of Japanese bands too that have been just blowing my mind, like Perfume and Sushi Mami Ray, that I saw a couple days ago.
Yeah, this t-shirt's going to get retired after today. I'll be happy to retire.
I'll wear your t-shirt.
You're from Canada?
Yeah, Vancouver. I play in a band called Japanese Girls.
Whoa!
Do you know a band called Mass of the Fermenting Dregs?
Mass of the Fermenting Dregs?
Yeah.
I know. My friend.
Oh, really?
Bass and vocal.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw them play in Vancouver once. And,
really?
After that, I showed my band members, and we were looking for a name.
Yeah.
And we just thought, oh, they're amazing. And then we called our band Japanese Girls.
Japanese Girls. Nice. Wow. Mass of the Fermenting Dregs.
Yeah.
I discovered there was also a patio at 720 that had a stage. I went out there and fell head over heels in love. Japanese Girls is now up there in bands I would highly recommend. They are as if a punk rock band met the Arctic Monkeys. The lead singer, Charlie Kerr, had a voice that was to die for, and the band had chaotic energy. I think that's the first positive review of my voice ever. We're going to keep going now. I was into the music within 30 seconds of listening. Kerr starts clapping, The packed patio starts clapping. He tells us to repeat after him. We all repeat after him. Kerr was shoving the microphone into fans' faces and having them sing. He hopped through the clouds and climbed the side of the stairs like a ladder to get those standing in the staircase even to sing. I even risked taking my camera out in the rain and the rambunctious crowd to snap a few photos. What's next?
Well, now in 2 weeks we're going to come out with circulation in both the UK and Germany, and so we already have a couple of announcements for festivals over there, and I think some more exciting news will be coming out of the works pretty soon. We'll see you then.